Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on planet Earth. Good day, hello, and welcome back to an extremely wet 7 days base building playthrough. Today, I'm going to talk you through my favorite POI in the game, which is the condemned property. If you would like to find it in the POI teleporter, it is... oh god, what is it? Downtown Filler 18. Remnant Downtown Filler 18, if you want to find it in the POI teleporter in your own game. But we're going to talk you through all of this, show you why this is the absolute best POI in the game. And I'm going to teach you how to turn it from this into this. So let's get cracking. Okay, I'm going to take you through the painted up, decorated up version of it first. Here you can see we have a nice big drop pit right in the middle with our horde fighting area above. We have 2 points of access, one here. That's 1 point of access here. We have another point of access here. I'm going to show you how to make all this, how to do all this when we go to an original POI, one that's been one that hasn't been touched at all. But you can see I've embellished this quite a bit. Put some blinds up. We've painted some brickwork. We've added in our electric fences triggered by a tripwire with our god block scaffolding ladder bars. We've got more blinds over there, double doors here, repaired up the door here, electric fences again doubled up over here, some electric light has been added as well. This is our crafting, storage and general relaxation area, all nicely painted up, as you can see. Got our 2 campfires on the go, we've got our forge on the go, we've got our chem station on the go, we've got a nice double bed there with a lamp that we can read by. Plenty of room for storage all around the room. I mean, you can set this up whichever way you like. It doesn't really matter. That's just the way I've set it up. We've got a zombie decided to come and join the party as well. Sounds like a spider. Here we have our farm area all planted up nicely. Gives you an idea of how much farming area you can have. On this area here is our battery bank, which is fed into our solar panel, which is up there on the roof. Just let me get rid of this perk first. There we go. Nothing much to do on this area here, apart from the fact that I've decorated it all up nicely. And then we can go up to the actual roof itself, which has all been filled in. We've got our solar panel here, filled with 6 quality 6 solar panels. 4 shotgun turrets, all pointing inwards to deal with the vultures that may turn up on Horde Night. 3 dew collectors up here on the roof as well. I mean, you can make your farm smaller and add the dew collectors down there if you prefer, or you can extend the bounds of the POI if you want to. But that is our all-in-one crafting, survival, horde fighting base. And now I'm going to take you through and I'm going to show you exactly how it works with the zombies. So what happens is we've opened up these 2 windows over here. Or that window there into a double window. We've opened up that window into a double window, and I fell down the I fell down a bit. I forgot it was there. And we've opened that window up into a double window as well. So when your zombies come along, they will access it from wherever they can, any of these stairs. Then they go up these double stairs here along the side pole here, up as far as the tripwire, which will be triggered there. And then we've got an upside down tripwire and a right way up tripwire. Now the upside down tripwire, it doesn't look like it's quite as low as it used to be in Alpha 20. But it is definitely lower than the higher up one, and it is just low enough to catch zombie dogs. But what they do is they come along here and they fall and they land down here. Then they're all befuddled and bewildered. And rather than give them a straight step access or a ladder access out of the pit, we make them run all the way back here. They come up the steps or up the blocks here, and then they repeat the loop all over again. Simple as that. So while we're about it, we'll head on over to another one that we haven't yet one that we haven't yet decorated, and I'll show you how to do the very basics, how to get it started, and how you can embellish it to your to your heart's content afterwards. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute. Okay, so here we are at another Remnant Downtown Filler, number 18, and this is what it looks like when you first find the POI. This is what it looks like. You'll find your easiest access is going to be through this area here. There is another way in, mind you. First job you're going to want to do, remove that ladder. As you walk in here, you'll find a handful of zombies kicking around. One usually busts out of there. One usually busts out of there as well. You might find another one as well. You'll probably want to get rid of the tree in the middle. Get rid of that. And then as you can see there, there's quite a lot of work to be done to turn it into a base, but it's actually really simple to turn it into a horde fighting area without actually having to do very much, and you can do it all with wood frames to start with as well. So as we come through this area here, you might find the zombie behind this table or in that monster closet. We get rid of that guy there. Next thing you're going to want to do is get rid of this, this, and this. Oh, we got more zombies coming. Hang on a second. Stop punching my walls. Stop punching my walls, Kenny. Sausage. Oh, no, and we got another one coming in as well. Go away, you. So, yeah, the first thing you're going to want to do is get rid of those blocks there. And you're also going to want to get rid of that ladder there. You can clear out the rest of this later on if you want. It's not essential straight away. And don't worry about this pole. It doesn't actually offer any structural support for the upper area at all. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to head up here. Now the zombies can't get you from down below. There's two in here. Almost always hiding behind there. There's always a medical pile here, which you can grab. So yeah, we need to come out to this area here so we can get up onto the next level. And then you need to add one ladder. You can copy shape and copy rotation. In fact, you probably don't want that one. You probably want the next one up. We'll copy that shape and that rotation and put it there. Now, you can actually access the ladder from there. That's fine. You'll find a vulture will attack you from behind. So we get rid of that guy there. Then you've got another tree up here. You've got a cooler. You've got some bird's nests, some coal, an old bedroll, some various other bits and pieces. You can break this down nice and easily. And then you end up here. And then you are free. You're free to explore. You're free to wander around here as you like. This is what I normally do, is I normally just grab some wood frame shapes. You can jump around here if you want to, but I just make plenty of wood frame shapes and just walk around here so you can come around and access your loot. So you got this is a Mo power box. It could be something else later on, but at the moment it's a Mo power box. You want to get rid of it. It doesn't need to be there. And then we can come around here and just add in our platforms all the way around the edge. Get rid of Arlene. Goodbye. And then from this area up here, after you've been all the way around and gathered all your bits, you can then access the next area down. And a little food pile right here. Oh, can of sham. And a toilet, which might have some murky water, might have some paper in it. And with your wood frame shapes, we can go move around here. You've got a moldy backpack just here. Oh, we'll read that. Don't worry about all those blocks that you can hear breaking. Those are just the surface blocks. The actual blocks that support the edge don't break. It's just the plates. These broken plates here, as you stand on them, they're collapsible plates. So you can come all the way around here. And there we go. You've got a start. You've got a start for your base build. Okay, that little hatch up there has actually got an ammo pile in it, which I forgot to show you earlier. And this in there has got a rotting sports bag in it as well, which can have some various loot in it. So as you can see, not a huge amount of loot, nothing much to write home about, but that's not why we're here. Why we are here is to give you guys the basis, the starting point, the starting blocks, if you want, for how to build your horde fighting position. And this is how I normally start. Just wood frames. Doesn't need to be anything else. You can just start with wood frames. Don't need to do it with concrete blocks or anything like that. From there, you'll probably want to get rid of... You want to get rid of this, and this, and this. We will pick up those blocks as we go. Get rid of all of these. They break really easily, by the way. You can do it with a stone axe. I'm just using the dev digger for ease. We get rid of these as well. Get rid of that one, that one, that one, that one. And yeah, we probably want to get rid of those as well. That ladder there, we don't need it. Once we've actually accessed all the bits and pieces over that side, or you've used all your blocks here to give yourself an access point around there, you don't need that ladder anymore. You gain access from outside. But that's the basic start. You fill this area in here with as many wood frame shapes as you can. So you're probably going to want to make sure you've got plenty of wood. And then the next bit you want to do, just to make sure the zombies actually have an access point, a way to get up to you, is you're obviously going to have to build, you're going to have to build a way for them to get up to you. And you can use this line on these blocks here as your reference point. And what I normally do is we just pick a plate, we flip it around so it's the right way up. I put 2 plates there. Whichever staircase you like, it doesn't matter. I like to use that staircase. It seems to work. We take the staircase down to there, and then we fill in here with blocks down here. You'll need to get rid of this. That'll need to go. That'll need to go. But again, it's really low HP. It's only like 250 HP. You can knock it out with the stone axe really easily. So we fill this bit up here like that, like so. And then we add, this one's important though, we add in solid stairs for this bit. And if you want to embellish it a little bit more, you can add your pyramid corner shapes as well. And that will give you your access point for the zombies when they get in. Eventually, you're going to want to knock out this. You're going to want to knock out that cupboard there. You'll probably want to get rid of all the other gubbins in here as well, like these piles of rubble. Like I say, they're really easy to get rid of. They're like 250, 300 HP. Super easy. Right, the final step for making sure the zombies can get to you is you want your side-centered pole. This is the important one. If you use any pole here at all, you must make sure that it's side-centered. Now, I like to use this square one. You can use the circular one if you prefer. But you need to make sure when you're building this out of wood frame shapes that you start from one side and start from this side and meet in the middle. If you try and extend it all the way from one side or all the way from that side, it will collapse. So that's that bit done. Real easy. And there you are. There you have. You can see the you can see the skeletal beginnings of what I showed you in the early part of the video, what we can convert this into. Obviously, you're not going to want to leave it like that. You're going to want to make sure that the zombies can't get to you. So we use one of my new favorite building shapes. A big thank you to Jonah Birch for discovering it, and to Jawoodle for doing an entire video about it, which is the scaffolding ladder. You can usually find it up here in your basic shapes. If not, I believe you find it in catwalks. Is it in catwalks? It's not in catwalks. Maybe it's in construction. It's in construction. Scaffolding ladders are in construction. So I like to put my first one up like this. We do an advanced rotation here, and we put the other one on vertically like so. That stops the zombies from getting in. And then just to start with, all I do is I add a handful of plates around the side. We're probably going to want to build those up a little higher, but just add a handful of plates over to about there, add a handful of plates to about there, and then we can jump up on here and we can top up our plates so they're nice and high, and then you can go all the way up to the next level if you want to. Entirely up to you. Depends on how many wood frame shapes you have to start with. And then from here, you can fill in over here, which will give you a nice little cozy area to stand and fight zombies in, somewhere where the zombies don't have any access to. The only way they have access to it is if they beat their way through it. But you're gonna upgrade that for your first for your first horde night anyway. Before day 7, you're gonna want to upgrade that to the highest material you can. Now, wood will work. Unbelievably, wood will actually work. But I would definitely recommend, at least for the start, that you upgrade that to the strongest material you can. So I definitely recommend going out and getting as much cobblestone as you can possibly lay your hands on. Right, we're going to fill that into about there, and we can fill that into there as well. We got a nice 2-block wide area. Oh, there's another thing here that you do need to get rid of. This one's got slightly higher HP, but it just requires a little bit of perseverance and beating. And there we have it. If we get our zombies' attention, with any luck, they can find their way in. With any luck, they can find their way in. Oh, no, look at that. There you go. We'll give them a path to get in. Right, so they're going to follow you. What we're going to do is we're going to hop up there so they can't follow the ladder. And then they should, theoretically, follow the path.
A few moments later.
And then with whatever weapon you've got, blade, spear, club, if you've got a gun, you want to shoot them before they get there, you can do. That's it. That is it. That is the whole thing. You're going to want to upgrade this bit here. This is the first bit you're going to want to upgrade. And I like to upgrade and remove. I like to get rid of this. And I like to get rid of this and this. And I like to fill that in with solid blocks. I also don't like this. This one makes me really nervous. I always like to get rid of that one because I'm terrified I'm going to fall through it. And then with your stone axe, you can just upgrade that. Upgrade all of those. And then I upgrade these bits around it. Like so. And you'll probably want to upgrade the path as well. If they break the path, they won't be able to get up to you. Now, it's a stone-built, brick-constructed building, which means it's going to take them a very, very, very long time to break it down. But they will go ham at it. They will go ham at this wall over here. They'll go ham at that wall over there. They'll start breaking in walls over there. So you want to make the pathway up to you as sturdy as you possibly can. Now, to start with, for your first Blood Moon, you're probably not going to be a particularly high game stage. You're probably not going to be a particularly high loot stage or level. So wood should definitely suffice. Wood should definitely suffice. But that's it. That's all you need for your first Blood Moon. And then once you're done with this and you're comfortable with this, the next thing you can do is you can knock out this over here. Get rid of all of these. And this is where you add your extra steps in here. You probably want to get rid of all the stuff around the outside as well, eventually. But for now, you can just add in your little steps down here. You can fill in underneath there if you want to. Not really necessary. Entirely up to you. But this is what I like to do. So we do one there. We do the same over here. So we knock out this. And you want to knock out the top window there. And knock out those 3 blocks there. And then do exactly the same again, steps-wise. So we do steps in here. Like so. And then we do our corner pyramids here like so. And then they can get up in here. This is where you're going to have your next... You're going to have a duplicate platform over this side, eventually. So we fill that into there. We do steps again. Oops, wrong button. Down to there like so. We can flip that one around. Actually, no, we didn't do that on the other side, did we? We did those. So you can flip that one around there. And you can fill in the bottom part there as well. boom, boom. No, I pressed it. There we go. Boom, boom, done. Hit your stairs again. And then from here, we go up here, up to here. Again, you can use ramps, you can use blocks, you can use whatever stairs you like. It really doesn't matter. Your only limit is really your imagination. But all we're trying to do is give the zombies as many access points to get in here as we possibly can. So once again, as you saw from the finished piece, we put steps in here as well. We need to get rid of that. Whoops, that's upside down. And there again. And then we can do our corner pieces, like so, like so. And then we have our 3 ways for our zombies to get in. Now, all of this can be done relatively easily. If you're using stone tools, it's obviously going to take you a while. But if you get iron tools, steel tools, augers, whatever have you, it takes you a lot less time. But that's it. That is your that is your zombies' access points, like so, and that's all you need for your first horde night. As you saw from the previous tour, we have scaffolding ladders up over here. The reason we use a scaffolding ladder, in fact, we need to actually put those on the outside. So what we do is we put plates along here, and then we put scaffolding ladders on the outside. And that gives us 2 lines on the inside, which you don't really need. You don't really need the 2 walkways bit there, but it's definitely worth having if you're going to use electricity or any other traps. It's a little bit of a squeeze. It can be done with dart traps or turrets or anything else that you want. It can be done, but like I say, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze. And if you extend this out too far, there's always the risk that the zombies are going to jump from this pole and try and jump over to that one, and you definitely don't want them to do that. But yeah, we had scaffolding blocks here. Now, there's a reason why I use the scaffolding ladders. I touched on this earlier. There is a very specific reason why we use the scaffolding ladders. A, you can shoot through them. B, you can see through them. C, cop spit doesn't get through them. And D, you can access items. You can reach items through the blocks themselves. You can't do that with bars. You can't do that with railings. You can do that with scaffolding, with these scaffolding ladders, which is why I recommend using the scaffolding ladders in the first place. But that's what you want to do. You just build that up to the top. You fill in that area around the top there. You probably want to remove those blocks that are up there as well, because you're going to want to open that top bit up there. That ladder can go. You can fill in the ends here as well. Do the same again with the plates. We just copy the shape. We go on face. We put a block there. We put a block there. We grab our scaffolding ladders again. We rotate those around. In fact, that ladder definitely needs to go because it's in the way. We rotate those around. Doesn't really matter on the orientation. You can have them vertically or horizontally. Entirely up to you. However you want to do it. I like to have these ones horizontal for no particular reason other than the fact that I like them mounted horizontally. But vertically works just as well. And there you go all the way up to the top on that side. You do the same on the other side. And then you have a fully enclosed area either side where you can lay down dart traps and electric fences, tripwires, turrets, whatever you want to put in there. It really, really, really doesn't matter. Then see, that's exactly why I get rid of that shape there. For that exact reason. Exactly why I was absolutely terrified of that one. It is perfectly possible, however rare, for you to fall through that. So you probably want to get rid of that one too. And then this area. And you can do with this area whatever you will. This I use this for like the living, crafting, and storage area. So as you saw, again, from the previous version where we had the finished version, we had our campfires over there. We had our storage all lined up against this wall over here. Then we had our workstations. We had our forge. And we have a workbench. We have a chemistry station. We have a cement mixer. We have our bedroll or our double bed, whatever it may be. over this side, but you set it up whichever way you want. The only limit is your imagination. And then we go up to this area here, back again, and this area here. I use this for the farm. Now you can put the farm plots down on top of this straight. You can put them down straight on top if you want. I don't like to do that. I like to dig this area out. A, because I can get all the clay from it, which is a useful resource for adding to the forge. And B, it just means that if you're going to use this door for access, the farm plots are at like foot level rather than you having to come through the door and then like, you know, jump up onto them. But again, entirely up to you. But there we have it. There we have it. That's the whole place. And you can see this bit up here takes a lot of work. This is the area that I like to do overnight, where especially in the early game when I don't want to go outside, when there's too many ferals and other nasty things running around. This is the area that I like to take my time, and I dig out all the broken blocks around the edges, refill them with the right shape, and then gradually we build across the middle so we get a nice roof. That gives you your area for your dew collectors. Well, for now, until you fill in the top area, if you really want to, you can just place it there. It's open to the sky. It'll grab all your dew and everything. And then if you've got a land claim block down, all you got to do is pick the thing up and then move it once you've filled in the roof. So you can put it there or you can put it outside, into wherever you want. It really doesn't matter. All right, so here we are back down on the ground. And for the final part, once you've obviously done, you know, you've built all of this up, you've enclosed all of this, you've upgraded all of this from wood to cobble to eventually concrete or something. This is something that you can do much later. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it so it's not an anti-rage, but an almost anti-rage version of the base. So from this area here, which is where your fighting position is, you want to make sure that you line up some blocks. Oh, let's get rid of that. We're going to line up some blocks. And this is the area that we're going to want to dig out. So we're going to want to dig out from that edge there. And we're going to want to go, that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to want to go 5 blocks wide from there. And then we go all the way back to about here. And we're going to dig that section out inside that framework is the area that we're going to dig out. And we're going to dig it down. We have to dig it down. So we count that as block 1. That's the area that we stand on. So that's block 1, technically. That's block 2. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 down to there. We're going to take it down another 6 blocks from the surface. And then we'll dig out the tunnel. I'll show you all how it works. So yeah, we'll dig this out and we'll see what's what. Okay, so there we go. We have our pit all dug out, ready to go. So we've got that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In fact, we probably want to go down at least 1 more block. So it's 12 deep. Now, again, there's a number of ways you can do this. You can add ladders or stairs inside the pit if you want. If you really want to, let the zombies get out easy. You can make the pit deeper if you want. In fact, making it one more block deep. You're going to want to line the sides. And at this point, you definitely want to be lining it with nothing less than concrete, I would imagine. I wouldn't recommend doing this for the very early part of the game. Like I say, this is going to be something that you're going to want to do much later on. But yeah, you're going to want to line the sides under here with at least cobblestone. But the next bit you're going to want to do is you're going to need to dig a tunnel. You need to dig a tunnel out through here. And you're going to want it a minimum of 2 blocks high, but I would recommend going 3. And you're going to take this tunnel out until you get outside the bounds of the POI. So you're going to want to measure it And the way to measure it is to find your center spot right underneath where the middle of your doorway is. And I normally take it out to beyond this concrete line here. You could do it so it's inside here if you want, but you probably want to take it out a little bit further. And I normally take it out to about that line there and about there. And then you're going to want to dig that down to the same depth as you dug the other tunnel. And then you're going to want to dig through here until the two meet, which is about there. And that's where that one meets. You're going to need to fill that one in after you're done. But yeah, we open this out a little bit more, like so. And then from this side, you're going to want to make this into the area where the zombies can get out. So this involves digging out basically a sloped tunnel so you can place blocks here. You're going to need to make sure the tunnel is high enough that the zombies can jump. If they can't jump, they won't get out. And we go to about here. And we're going to want to get rid of that one. Put that one there. No, that's not right. You know, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. We're going to have to get rid of that one. There we go. So that's one side, which is done. The zombies can get out, and then you do the same on the other side. There we go. We go the same on the other side. Probably going to want to make the tunnel a little bit higher, but that is basically what you've got. Then you're going to you can line it, decorate it, whatever shapes you want. You can just do an ordinary cube block tunnel, but 3 blocks wide so the zombies don't get congested running down here. Because the last thing you want them to do is to run single file. So if they run single file and they get stuck, then they're going to start randomly beating on walls and stuff. So 3 wide, at least 3 wide for their pathing, and then an extra block width for the wall. Or you can clad the wall with plates or sheets, or again, however you want to do it. The only limit is your imagination. Okay, so yeah, that gives you a basic idea of what it is that you need to do. So what you're going to have from here is you're going to have a pit that, if you count that as block number 1, the same height as your zombie beam, your walkway. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That one's 13 deep, which is plenty deep enough. Now, the reason we make it this deep is because of what's known as the 11 plus rule, which is something that's been covered in other YouTube videos as well. And what it basically means is that in order to minimize the zombie rage mode, when they take full damage, if they land within 11 blocks of where you, the player, are standing, there is a chance they will enter rage mode. If they land further than 11 blocks away from where you're standing, then the rage mode is not removed, but it's minimized. It's kind of put on a timer. And the reason you're doing this is you're making them land down here, so they're more than 11 blocks away from where you're standing. And rather than giving them an access point straight out, is you're giving them an access point through this tunnel. So they have to run through this tunnel, and then rather than make steps, we leave them with blocks, because then it takes them longer to get up to here and then back round to the fighting position in here, because then they have to run up here, and then they have to run up here, and then they have to run back over here. Now, by the time they get to here, the chance of rage mode should have gone. Now, you cannot, as far as with all my playthroughs and all my testing and all my everything else, as far as I can work out, it's impossible, practically impossible, to remove zombie rage mode altogether. You can't do it. The best you could do is minimize it, and this is one of the best ways of minimizing it. Now, you can use this theory with all kinds of bases. You know, if you build a standalone base and you build it 13 blocks off the ground, and then you build it so the walkway for the zombies to get to you is more than 13 blocks away, and you make it so it's really, really, really slow for them to get up. Obviously, you can't slow them while they're falling, and you can't slow them while they're running on the ground, or you could possibly with some electric fences or something, but you probably can't. And then they run back to you. If you can make it so it's the longest possible way that they can get back to you without giving them any placed blocks to hit, you're going to remove as much of the rage mode as you possibly can, which is why we do this. That's why we do this. But like I say, this part of the base is very much for the later part. You know, the original bit with the floor as it was will suffice. You will take a little damage on walls and whatever have you, but not so much that you're going to bring the building down. So you will have to bear that in mind. There are going to be a few repairs and stuff that you're going to need to do. You may need to replace a block here or there. They may destroy a couple of the stairs or block a couple of the stairs. But for your first couple of blood moons, your first blood moon at the very least, having this made out of wood should be ample. But as you go on through the game, you want to be gathering as much clay soil and stone or cobblestone as you possibly can. If you can manage to get your hands on any concrete, so much the better. But the higher grade building material you can make this out of, the earlier, the better it will be for you in the long run, for sure. And then this part here is the bit that you use later on in the game when you've got some decent tools that you can dig with, and you've got access to at least cobblestone. So you can make the pit, you can line it up with your blocks properly, and then, yeah, back through the pit and tidy all this up, dig all these sides out, turn all those into concrete blocks as well, or cobblestone blocks, whatever you want to do. And then eventually you remove all these side walls. You can remove all this nonsense out here as well. You can add an extra walkway. You can add an extra path, an extra doorway in here if you want. You can go straight through the wall. You can go straight through the wall there, and you can add a staircase down here if you want to. Regular staircase is fine. This staircase is fine. It all works. That just gives them another way to get in, so they can walk up and in there. Because they do like this wall. This wall and that wall over there are the two walls in this base which are like the longest ones without any entrance point. You know, this entrance point here is only one door and it's quite narrow. They do have a tendency to focus on this wall over here. There's not an awful lot you can do about it other than give them another way in. But they won't, you know, they may end up making a hole, but they won't make it to the point where the whole base will collapse. So like I say, you will be perfectly safe in here. Just keep an eye out, obviously, after the end of every blood moon. You want to make sure that you do all your repairs. But that's how we dig the pit, that's how we dig the tunnel, and that's how we give them an access point so they can get back out again. But that's it. That is why I believe if you like all-in-one bases, which I definitely do, I like to have all my stuff and do all my fighting in one place. If you like all-in-one bases, this is why I believe this Condemned Property or Remnant Downtown Filler 18, as it is in the XML, is the best POI in the game. There is another incidental reason why I believe it to be the best POI in the game, is that if you're playing multiplayer on a server, this is a Remnant POI, which means it has no tier, and as it has no tier for a POI, that also means it's never a quest location, which means you never have to worry about taking over another POI, anything that you may or may not have a quest in, and worry about not being able to quest there again. And it's almost like it's a ready-made space for whatever you want to do. So there we are. So that's it. If you have enjoyed this video, then please leave us a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. If you'd like to be notified whenever we drop any new content, also make sure that you hit that notification bell as well. But I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to leave you with a little montage of just what a blood moon and everything else will look like when I actually do my regular playthroughs and stuff. So I'm going to leave that here. But all that is left for me to say, ladies and gents, is thank you very much for watching. And until next time, remember, be good. If you can't be good, Be good at it. I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next episode. But until then, it's a goodbye from me.